Okay, so hello,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
welcome
Let's
to
so
Tea.Coffee.Water.
Leave meeting.
We have been trying to start this intro for at least 5 minutes, y'all. So
Immediately out.
I am super excited to have this happen.
Thanks. You didn't tell me this was
have been
recorded.
here
I
with
thought we were
me
just chatting.
on this journey.
You were supposed to be
And I have
taking
a
notes
very,
with
very
like pen
special
and quill.
guest with me here today. I couldn't say
Wait, back up. Hold
anything
on.
other than
Say that one more
fantastic,
time. Where's my
fabulous,
typewriter?
wonderful things
Yeah,
about this
exactly.
woman, Troy
No,
Alvarado.
the word processor.
Yes.
Okay, so
the
what?
word
It's been
processor
like
that
3
sounded
years
like
since
it
we've
was
met.
eating the paper when you
and
backslid.
I had my
have to
mother
say,
had
it
one of
has
those
been
in her
some of the most
office,
fantastic 3 years of my
and
life. When I
it
think
was
of like
exceptional.
friends,
I thought that
I'm
I
like,
was
a scribe.
this is the person,
from
and I don't know for all
Egypt.
of my
I don't know.
listeners out
I-
there
Oh, yeah.
who are like,
Yeah.
do you have
Yeah.
that
I
person
knew what I was
that you
doing.
message and they
Mhm.
give you the response you needed, but you didn't know you
Okay,
needed it?
so
That's definitely
welcome.
going to be. This is for Troy. That's who.
That's
if that is
you.
any idea of
That's
how this
you.
is going to go,
Troy, tell us all about you.
okay,
Give us
okay.
the tea,
Scriptologist or a scripter from Egypt.
juicy
And
tidbits. And remember that parents may be listening. I'm just kidding. Who cares?
Do you remember those movies
I was
that
like,
were
oh, geez,
like
then I'm
where
just
they
gonna
had
leave
like
now,
I don't know
because
if it was like a
I'm usually
jester,
inappropriate.
It was probably a court scribe.
facts full
They
of
had like those
why,
long,
which is why we
palm
have this
fan looking
relationship.
things that where they would get waved
Connection,
with, and then they
yes,
would
I knew
slap them
instantly.
if they did something
You
wrong.
just would
You
get
know what I
negative.
mean? Like it was like
So
some
Troy,
sort of
where are you calling in
limb,
from? Where are
tree
you
limb
at
thing
right
that
now?
was as a
I am currently in
tool.
Columbus, Ohio.
For sure, yes,
For
and it
those of
doubled as
you
like
that
the
don't know,
quill.
Ohio
So you know
is
you
not,
could
it's
also write,
technically
but then
part
like
of the Midwest,
bitch
but
slap
it is
someone
not
if you had
directionally
to,
part
right?
of the Midwest.
I've got work to do,
but
if
you're
you
looking
don't
at a
shut the
map
fuck
and you
up
ever
kind
don't
of
know
thing.
where
Yeah.
Ohio is,
Yes,
just look
because
for the
I
big kind of
will
like circular
slap you with
blob
this.
triangle thing
Yeah.
that's
That's
somewhere
how I
around
feel.
the
That's like
Great
that's what I
Lakes.
feel like I should be
Columbus is in the center of
doing.
the state,
Yes,
truly
like
in the
the
center.
flick of like as you're
That's where I
writing.
live.
Oh, sorry.
I've been
Didn't mean
in
to.
Columbus since 2005.
Sorry about that, Heather.
Transferred,
Amanda.
transplanted here, I guess. And when I went to Ohio State, grew up in the northwest part of the state, on Lake Erie, in a very
Yolanda.
small town.
Ooh, did you
Called
see
Oak
the
Harbor,
video where
there
this
was
woman
nothing but
pronounced
cows and a nuclear power
taquitos
plant,
taquita?
and that was
No.
that was all we had.
By
That
my
was
people.
but I'm not
Right
surprised.
there.
But
By my
yeah,
people,
so
like
Cow tipping and nuclear waste.
and it was like a dub
yeah,
over like, oh,
exactly,
you got beef with
exactly.
taquita.
So yeah, I went
The
to
guy
a
was like, I
small
mean, you know,
private
she's
school,
crazy, so
my
I guess
freshman
that
year of
makes sense.
college, called
And it just
Northwood
reminded
University
me,
in
like, why
Midland,
do we do
Michigan. For
this?
those of you who are into the mitten,
We didn't.
it is literally
Didn't
right
even
here,
try. You know
on the
that
mitten.
there wasn't even an
Ohio cannot do
A.
that, but yeah, Midlands right here.
No.
But
No,
yeah, I
no,
went there for a
no.
year.
Wasn't even.
Just
It'd be like
was
it'd be
looking
like, hi,
for
this
a
is Troy
larger
Alvarado's. Like
school,
we like adding the
something a little
S.
more diverse.
You know
where
what
it might
the
exceed,
comedian
Like
Gary
Walmart,
so Ohio
like
State was
it is
kind of my
Walmart.
dream school.
singular
I
Walmart. There's
applied as a
one,
transfer,
just
kind of
one.
on a
We don't.
whim.
We're not going.
Got
If we're
in,
going to
and
multiple, it's still
withdrew
Walmart.
enrollment
Still,
from Northwood.
But we have
And
determined it's
accepted
the
enrollment at
Walmarts, and
Ohio
you have
State
to add
without
the
ever
on it.
visiting the campus, without
The
ever
Walmart.
Yes.
being
Yes.
in the
You
city
know, I was
to
in
like
the
know if I would
Walmarts.
like it or not. So I
Right.
just took
As
the
though it's
biggest
like
chance,
a what is that, a
and
pronoun?
I
Like
had
I'm
zero
just
regrets.
how do
I
we
made some
Making
really
it
amazing
proper, like
friends
it's
at
already
Northwood,
proper noun?
that I
Thank
still
you.
talk to
that's the
here
name.
and there.
That's
But
the
yeah,
name.
my
The
experience at Ohio State really just
that's
kind
all
of
right.
got me
We
ready for the world,
any hoozle.
and got the world ready for me, I guess.
I love that. So
okay. So
all right,
in
let me
our
do
tea
my
session,
little
the
welcome.
mantra to always remember
then
is that
I'll be
I
quiet.
am a fucking gift.
that is
And
definitely
I
going to
just
be
love
like,
what you
if
said
you're ever
about,
interested in
you know,
what
taking that
the
chance,
tea will be,
but also like making sure
this
that it
is
was
just
the
a 30-second
overview.
overview.
Like you took
the
a huge
shenanigans.
chance on yourself to make yourself into the person that you are
Subscribe.
today.
Don't subscribe.
And I think that's just
tell
like,
your
I think
mom,
that's
tell your
gonna go
friends.
into all of the things that we talk
what else?
Because
about.
either way it goes.
But I
Either way
remember,
it's
let's
happening.
see, so we
So-
met
We'll be here.
United
And
Way,
And we're here
Central
for it.
Ohio.
And we have
Yep.
all of the tea. We have no good sense.
Pride leader,
But we're
oh, God
also
bless it.
brilliant
Project
badass
Diversity,
bitches. Like
Pride
we
Leadership.
also can take over the world
Amen,
tomorrow
yes.
if thoughts are chosen to
And
do so.
oh my
Indeed.
gosh. Okay,
After I take a
so
nap.
when you talk about putting a room of
Because
type
let me
A
tell you,
personalities,
I thought I was going to be doing some writing yesterday,
and then
I was
also
like, I'll
like
just take a quick nap.
leaders becoming leaders in the community.
I woke up at 7.
That was
a.m.
interesting.
and
It
I was
was
like, I'll just eat dinner.
if it wasn't for Tony, God
You know
love her,
what? That's
always
yeah.
saying like,
adapt
please don't
and
forget the
overcome.
marshmallow.
That's how you do it, you know?
Way
I
to
don't know if we would
turn
have made it out alive.
the
Yeah.
80 into
I don't
a
know, and
success.
I don't
Absolutely,
know if
yeah.
you share
Let's
the
just
same
fast
sentiment,
forward
but I
this day,
honestly
'cause I'm
didn't know
hungry.
what to expect.
Listen,
And
because I was so excited to
I can
eat. Like I
sometimes
woke
be
up like,
very like shy
It's
and
dinner time.
reserved in like new
For
spaces.
sure.
I'm
And you know what,
not
that could
one
go
to
multiple
just
ways.
walk
Like fast
in
forward the day because
naturally
I'm
and
hungry,
feel
because I'm
inclined
legit
to
hungry
just
for
like
food, or I'm hungry to like get shit
socialize.
done,
It's
or
really
I'm
a
hungry
comfort
to
thing,
like
and I think
beat this
it's
bitch's ass. Whatever the case
part of
is,
like my
whatever you're feeling,
like just guard that I've had since I was younger.
fine.
Just being
Stay ready
an
so
out
you don't
gay
have to get
man,
ready.
being Mexican
Amen.
in a very
And you
white
know what's
kind
so
of
funny about
area.
that phrase?
So I
I
mean,
said
just
that to this
those
man
kinds of guards
recently,
that you
and
put
he
up,
was
so
like,
that
if
you
I
can
didn't
stay
know you were
protected,
from the
you can
Midwest,
protect
I would have
yourself,
had a
whether
problem with that.
relationships, whether whatever the case is. But I mean, walking in and then just seeing all these cool
What?
people that genuinely just want
What
to
does that
do
even
good and do
mean?
good stuff, but it's
Right.
like I don't
And
know
his
where I fit
statement
in
was,
yet.
well, I
And so
spent
for
some
me, it
time in
was
the
really just
Midwest,
assessing the
and
situation, which
Midwest
sounds bad, but
women
really I'm like an
are
observer at
like
first, and then I figure
petty
out
aggressive.
kind of where to insert myself. Don't take that out of context, but
Okay.
but when I met
But
you,
so the
it was
statement
just
of I
like
spent some
instant
time in the
comfort.
Midwest, so all of a
And so
sudden
like
you're a
that's
doctor of the
just
Midwest.
you always like
Did
me. I
you
always
offer
find one
those?
person that
Put
I can
down.
connect with, and that it lets me just like put
Do
my
they
feet on
do
the
they
desk and like
offer
kind
a
of ground
doctorate
myself, and
in
like
the cultural
that's how it was with
geology
you.
geography
And then just how to
of
navigate personalities and
All of the
trying to get work
underneath.
done and all that stuff.
because you know,
It was
listen,
a
don't
rewarding experience. Just
I was telling somebody
I had
that
no idea what
Houston
to
is Central
expect.
Texas, and he was
Same.
like, as
I
someone who
feel
spent
like
20
the
years in
moment
Houston,
there
I'm
was
gonna tell you
something
right
that
now, it's
happened,
not.
and I think I
It's not Central
side-eyed
Texas,
you,
it's the South.
and it just so
Southeast.
happened that you were side-eyeing me. At
Well,
the same
in my
time, and I
mind,
was
it
like,
goes down 35, and so therefore it is a part of Central Texas.
Yeah.
We about to be friends.
Yeah.
Don't ask Black folks for
because
directions.
that
kind of
people,
like
I tell people all
saying
the time, I'm
we're
like,
part
no,
of the
I'm like an
Midwest,
actual
because we're
introvert,
really
like
not.
being
I mean,
on
whoever
is
whoever
so
did that,
draining.
but
And
you know,
yes, like, right,
that's
like
neither here or there.
walking into the
Where
room.
are
Oh
we?
my gosh, I feel
What
like
are we?
later on we talk about
Ohio?
this more, but
Like,
just like
I saw a picture of someone, and it was like
picking
someone
up
from
traits
the
to
UK
make
trying
sure
to
that we're
like
comfortable
name all 50 states
is like such a reaction.
yeah, and so
to
it was like possibly Ohio,
like societal
Ohio
trauma,
question mark,
right?
right?
And just
Like
being able to say like, yeah, no,
when
when I
people
walk in
think
a
of
room,
Ohio, they don't even
I
know where to put it
absolutely
because
have
it's
to
not
observe. I want to see
it's not the Midwest.
the energy from people.
No.
I want to know what kind of vibes folks are putting out.
We aren't
Like,
next
yes.
to any of the
and
Dakotas.
I don't know if you do this too.
We aren't
No.
next
But
to
do you
Iowa.
determine
we
like
we
what
aren't
type
over
of what
on
like
the
what
west
side
side
of
at all. Like
you you're putting out to that
No,
group?
we're like as east
Oh,
as you
You know
can
what I
get.
mean?
Like even
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
were
like,
in line with the Dakota, we'd have to be on the
layers
other
or
side.
whatever.
Yes.
And so,
Or like,
you know what
is
little things
Midwest?
that I'll like pull
Utah.
off and like expose, again, don't take that out of
Nevada.
context, or just parts of me that I'm giving you at different times based on how comfortable
And
I
we
am, or
ain't-
based on
we haven't.
how
It's
trustworthy
not
I
even.
think you are, which
There's
again,
no
it's just a defense
No.
mechanism
Connector.
that I've grown up with. I mean,
I'm
I'm
no
sure as
geographer
a strong,
here, but I
beautiful,
don't think Ohio
BIPOC
and
woman,
Utah
you
are
have
close.
been the only one in the
But
room that looks
I
like
do
you,
know
that talks
directions.
like you, that has the same opinions as you. So for me, the same thing,
East
although I'm a
and
Mexican
west.
man. But
And how
yeah,
are we
like
closer
I've walked into several
what?
rooms where I'm the
Pittsburgh?
only one, whether gay,
Yes.
whether Mexican,
Which
whatever the
is
case is. And so
East
it's just,
Coast.
I don't know what part of me
Right.
I don't know what part of me you deserve at this point. And
Somebody
it's not
should
an elitist
pay
thing.
us
It's
to
just
redo.
I don't know you yet, and so I
Yeah,
have to
what
feel,
people are
I have to
calling
feel
directions.
comfortable.
I agree.
So okay, down
I mean,
here in
granted,
Texas,
my ability to
I
do
said
that
something
would
to someone
really
about
be
code
landmarks.
switching.
And because
I
can't
remember
realize
street
that like
name
that is
to
not a
save my
term
life.
that's frequently used. Like
Here.
if I was
Now,
trying
granted,
to tell
I
you
don't
where
live all
Stelzer Road
throughout the
is, I would be like,
South, and
okay, so
Texas
you know where
is
the Easton
its own
sign
state
is,
country
that
Yeah.
faces
empire
270
within itself. So, but like I said it within the Black community.
that
like,
road,
hey, you know,
like
I
whatever
code switch, and they were
that
like, well, what's
road
that
and
mean?
that road are.
And I was like,
That's the
fair.
road
what do you mean?
where
What I
where
mean?
the
Like,
Aladdin Shrine
you
temple used to
determine
be.
what type of you shows
Yeah,
up for people
yeah.
in the area that you're in,
Yes.
and then you switch.
That's how I'm going to tell you
right, for
directions.
wherever you're
Mhm.
at.
You're
And
over
I
here
then
like,
I was
find
working
the
for
rock
a
that looks
healthcare
like a
technology
teapot,
company that was a
drive
national company.
3.7
And we
seconds.
actually
If
had
you've
a whole
gone
session in this leadership class
3.75,
on
you've gone too
code switching,
far. So
because
look
people
for
didn't know
the
what it
tree that looks
was.
like a broom handle.
And I feel
and then
like
find Yolanda,
everything you just
and
explained
Yolanda will be pointing
as a
'cause
response
she's
of like what
working the
layer we
street, and
get
then
is
go
code
another
switching,
5 minutes,
right?
and then
Like
you'll get there.
you're like, okay, I
Correct.
know that I am in this very
And I
majority
guarantee
cisgender
you
environment.
would get there and
So
you'd be
I
like,
know
yo,
who I have
Yolanda
to
was so
present.
helpful.
But here's my
didn't
caveat to
know.
that. We present it so other people are comfortable.
I'm telling you, like
Yes.
Despite the
the fact that we are extremely
why.
uncomfortable.
This is why.
Yeah. And I just want to know, like, when is that going to stop? Because I am tired of making other people comfortable, right? Like, it just itches. It makes me itchy. Like, why do I have to make you comfortable, right? Why do I have to switch to like create this space for you to be in when you haven't created a space for me to be in ever.
No, or based on what little I know about you so far, or what comments I've heard you make so far, it does not suggest that you would willingly allow me into your space and meet me where I am. So it makes me reserved already. It makes me defensive already. And so then it's like you've already kind of diminished the little bit of trust I had, because you've kind of blown that out of proportion. And I don't trust that you would treat me with the respect, kindness, and the love that I know I deserve, and that everyone deserves. So I will observe you, and I will be on guard at all times, which is exhausting.
It is, right? Like I feel like I'm on, right? I feel like, and I think that like goes back to just like the weekend we had, or not even a weekend, it was like 2 days we had at the retreat. And okay, so do you remember where we had to like walk through that parking lot or along that path?
Yes.
We were blindfolded. Yes. And so, seeing as how I trust nothing, I was cheating. I cheated. I didn't care what anybody said. Which is, I know, right? They were like, you have to close your eyes. I was like, well, who's going to keep us safe?
Right.
If my eyes are closed, and I was an EMT at this time, like, who's going to keep us safe, right?
Sure.
And so, of course, I saw where they dropped, what was her name? Peppermint?
Harmony.
I wasn't even.
Peppermint.
I don't know. Harmony. Oh, I hope Harmony still is living a good life. I forgot all about her.
I don't even know where she is. For those
yes, please go ahead.
Oh no! For those of you, Harmony was this little a unicorn kind of thing that our group had. She was like our mascot, and we would pass her around to everyone in the group, and they would take pictures with her. It was like one of those traveling things. I took her to my first job when I changed roles at Huntington. I know other people have taken her on vacation and done like it was a really cute thing. I just don't know where she ended up, but she was like our savior.
Harmony needs to come visit me in Austin.
And I agree. Because
Kristen's down here too. Did I tell you that?
No.
Well, not Chase Kristen, the other Kristen.
Okay.
Oh, Natalie. I'm gonna pretend we remember her last name.
I'm so sorry.
So we had
Grange, Kristen? Or
that was okay. So Grange, not that Kristen, not Grange Kristen that did the speech. The other Kristen, the super quiet Kristen that would do my hair sometimes. I know. Dang.
I'm old. I'm sorry if any of you from PDPL are listening. I'm old. My memory is not what it used to be. I sometimes forget my own name.
Since we're doing public apologies, Jeanette, please forgive me. Comfest last year was a blur. Did I tell you how I ran into her and had a whole moment where I forgot what was happening? Like, I just was like, okay, I'm going to be better. I'm not. This is just who I am. I'll try. Is what I'm going to say. But she's here. She's here as well.
Okay.
So I feel like Harmony needs to come and do a visit.
I think so.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then Shane told me there's somebody else from a class after us that just came to Austin.
Okay.
Yes. Don't know who she is, but I think she's in Dallas, which is like way too far. Okay. I digress. But during that little exercise where we had to like find Harmony.
Yes.
And I ended up having to literally find Harmony. She was okay. So we're at this retreat. Let me set the picture. We're at this retreat to team build, get to know each other, work through some challenges, and we all get blindfolded. There was like, 30 of us?
30 sounds like a good number, give or take. Sorry if we forgot anyone.
It's a whole number that is inclusive of everyone.
Indeed, yes.
Meanwhile, we had like 18 people.
We'll say 30.
And so we all had to hook our arms and then have a hand on a shoulder of someone. And so only one of us had a free hand.
Yes,
and we couldn't right. And
or was it like hands on shoulders, blindfolded? There was like a long line of us, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And so, but I thought we were hooked. Like I thought we were 2 by 2.
Maybe. I think so, because William, love him. He and I were partners because we had the same shoes on. That's how we connected.
Which, by the way, can I tell you, I went back to Columbus and he was running the African American Male Wellness Walk, and I was screaming for him like it was Lizzo on stage. Like,
yes, get it, William? Yes.
Best part, headphones in, music blasting, didn't even hear me.
Well, if you're watching this later, William, she was rooting for you like you were fucking Lizzo. So you're welcome.
Winning, like you had just came out on stage, 24-inch performance ponytail, like
cat suit.
That's my friend.
Right.
Straight.
Nothing.
Didn't even look forward.
It's okay.
William,
You tried.
Love you, William. Yes. Okay, so you guys are partners.
Yes.
Okay. And so anyway, so we're walking down and we had to find harmony, but we couldn't like let go of each other's arms, shoulders, and we had to use, I don't know, the leaders of like the front, mid, and back of our group to like, those were the only people that were allowed to talk.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yep. And so it turns out that I ended up becoming the line leader because I was cheating. But all of this to say, right? I feel like after we had that experience, like we all came back in, like, first of all, I don't think I like you, and you, because y'all don't listen. I don't know if that was your experience, but like for me, I came back in like, but we found harmony.
Right.
Faster. And it's always a competition. We found it faster than everybody else had done it before. And we made it back to the platform safely.
For sure. Yes. Yeah. It was all about breaking records, getting there safely. And you know what? Adapting to the environment, even if you maybe had like one eye on the prize.
Maybe if I picked up Harmony, put her back down, and they were like, "Don't touch her," and I was like, "What'd you put her on the floor for?" I don't know how that all related back to code switching, but I do think it related back to like who we decided to be close to.
Yes.
Right. Of like, we got to see some good, bad, and ugly of each other by doing a simple like communication exercise.
For sure. Which honestly is, it served really good purpose, like a good purpose for us to like figure out like how we communicate, how not to communicate, maybe which, and I think too in like those what I want to say, like disaster situations, you kind of find out who is going to be more put together than others, who's just going to fall apart, where the communication breaks down when things get like really urgent, and like who like holds their shit together. And there's nothing wrong with like how you process trauma or how you process like danger, because I mean we're all different people and we all do things very differently, but yes, I think it was going to be clear then going forward, how is this all going to work out?
Yeah, I feel like from that time together, and then I don't know how late you stayed up, but we stayed up playing cards, right? And like, I don't know, we all kind of like ended up branching off into these little groups for the rest of the night. And it just, I feel like to this day, of those groups of people that I broke off with, like I could call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that little group is like, yes, I could actually reach out to you. No, you'll take my call. And like William was in one of those groups. And like to this day, right? Like we still have connections, like all of those things. And that is that, like, I didn't walk away with connections like I have with you, but I have these like little groups of folks that I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We can still stay together, because
For
you get, like, you get me, I get you. If I let my hair down, nobody cares. If I turn, like, you know what I mean? If I stay in my role, nobody cares. Either way it goes, you accept me as a whole.
For sure.
I don't know about, like, do you, other than, like, I don't know, when you walked away from that, what was your, like, okay, this is what I massively took from it?
I think for me, it was spending so much time with people and like having to trust them very quickly is kind of like what I was taking away from it. And so it was kind of too, like, for me, you have to let your guard down a lot faster because you got to move through this faster. And so for me, sometimes I process emotions slower, and on purpose, because I really want to experience the full capacity of all of that and go through each of the little phases, whether I'm super pissed, whether I'm super sad, or whether I'm like really happy. I really like to sit and process. And for me, it was like a test of my own patience and my own processing time. Is like, honey, you've got a day and a half to figure this shit out. And if you don't, and I think it was what Shane said, just about, you will get out of it what you put into it. And I was like, okay, well, sir, if you don't put your shit into it, all of it, like now, you ain't gonna get shit out of it. And so it's just like, you gotta move through it, and you gotta trust people. You gotta give them the benefit of the doubt, even when what you've conditioned yourself to believe that you shouldn't, you still should try. And it was almost just like, just try. And that's kind of like what I walked away with, just try. And yeah, it was an amazing experience.
I feel like everything you just said is going into our next planned episodes. So just like, in case anybody is wondering what Troy and I are going to talk about, because you're absolutely in love with both of us. So we're going to go over genuinely, like, making friends as adults, building relationships, creating your network. When we were planning this out, Troy, you had this amazing statement, and I put it in quotes. I had to keep it because it was like this instant permission to just exist. And I feel like it gives me like warm chills just remembering.
When you, like, hearing you say it, it gives me goosebumps. Like, my nipples are hard because she gave me goosebumps, but it's just a real statement. Again, like, for people that don't look like everyone in the room, don't think like everyone in the room, to meet someone, I might cry, but like, to meet someone that just instantly makes you feel like you're home when you're not home, and gives you validation, and warmth and love that you didn't even know that you needed. That was what I felt when I connected eyes with you, even if it was side eye. But like, there was just something about your energy that I knew was a safe place for me to just let me exist.
I appreciate you. Like, I when we've been talking about doing a podcast together for months, like, literally months. And so, like, within this, I mean, we're talking our love lives, dating life, right? Like, being enough, our disparities of being Black and brown, challenges that we've come across in corporate, in our professional worlds, in our personal worlds, in our community. And I just feel like it is not often that you get to have conversations with someone who is not going to be like, well, you know what? I don't agree with you. I don't like it. And so therefore we won't talk. Right? Like, I feel like in our connection, like, oh my gosh, there was one time you almost divorced me. I can't remember what it was. I forget what it was for, but it was, and you were like, is this, I cannot believe this is the first time we've disagreed. And this was like, I don't know, 8 months ago. I just
Sure.
remember it because I was laughing so hard. I had tears, like tears coming down my face. And I think it was because I didn't like something. And you were like, how could you ever? Who are you? Right. And I was
Right.
like, I don't know. I guess I could, if you tell me, I guess I could like, what it was it? It was, I don't know. It was something ridiculous. Oh, was it?
Oh my God, I'm trying to
I
remember.
might get canceled for saying this, but I think it was that I don't do Beyonce.
Oh, that's fine. I don't really either. I'll probably get canceled too.
Oh, then that wasn't what it was.
Now we're just making shit up because we don't know.
The whole piece, and I guess the point I am making is like, the minute I was like, bitch, we about to do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna do it, and we're just gonna have a great time. And I know that there are people that are going to relate to what we're talking about, need to hear, right? Like that instant permission to just exist, like that itself is something someone needs to hear. Who, I don't know, right? But like the fact, and then also I feel like just using our conversations as examples of like, yes, we think each other, we are fabulous, we love each other, I am so excited for you, right? Like, you know, if there's ever a time where you're like, you know, get the cat suit, right? She's there. She's ready. And we'll just say it for that in case somebody is listening later. But my point is, right, like it's nothing but a text message or a phone call or a I'm in town, where are you, right? Like it's that moment of like, I need to be emotional, I need to be excited, I need some advice, I just need somebody to be messy with,
right?
You know, and like I'm excited for what we have to share. I think it's going to be so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, also on the back end of when I came up with the mantra of I'm a fucking gift, right? Some of that, when I said it to someone, I said it to these other two women, and we were talking about dating. And I just remembered I would message you, be like, can you believe this? And you're like, absolutely not. Never, ever could I believe that. That is disgusting. And I'm like, that is exactly what I needed to hear.
Yes. And that's what I love. It's, you know, tell me when I'm being a fucking idiot, but but celebrate me, support me, like give me I literally give you everything and you give me that in return. It is never it's never been like a one-sided thing. And again, it's like you're saying, like I could pick up the phone, I could text you. And it doesn't matter when or what, and like there's no judgment. And it's just be honest and real with me. You tell me like what I need to hear that I didn't know that I needed to hear. Even when I know what you're going to say and I don't want to hear it, I still it's complete trust in what you're saying is for my own good when I'm being too fucking stubborn to admit it myself.
Ooh, that's a big one, right? Like just, oh my gosh. You know, and I think that's the other piece there. It can be days, it can be weeks, it could be months. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It's just like, and that is what I appreciate. And I feel like so often I've seen all of these memes, all of these videos about like, where do people meet people, right? Or like, where do people find friends? And I'm like, you never know. You absolutely never know where you go, who you meet, and how they're going to be connected to you. And yeah, I think like these next few episodes that we do together, I'm super excited about it. And I don't know how long our little like series are going to last. It's going to be like a mini series to a full series. And, you know, maybe hint that there might be a spinoff.
You never know. Yeah, for all you nerds out there, there'll be like side quests and we'll be like leveling up and shit. You just come along on this journey, whether you're a dragon, a drag queen, just whatever it is, just come along.
Did we have like Dungeons and Dragons?
I did. I just told what little Dungeons and Dragons knowledge I know.
Drags and divas, like, did we just come up with our own name?
Yes. Yes.
No one should ever give me a microphone. That's just all I have to say.
No one should ever give me airtime. And again, which people are probably like, this bitch said he was an introvert, and yet here he is, just yapping like he's fucking owning this shit. But truly, it's because I'm with someone I am completely comfortable with, and whoever is listening, I don't know who you are, so I just trust that you're finding me hilarious. And even if you're not, you're still here, or maybe you're not. But again, it's because of the company I'm with, and I can just be. If I had hair, I'd let my hair down. So
listen, if it wasn't about to be wash day, these locks would be out. We're not gonna go there. I feel it. No, and I mean, you know, what's funny is that like I'll tell people like, no, I'm an introvert, and they're like, since when?
Mm-hmm.
You just don't understand. It just takes a special kind of person for me to be like, and you saw what I saw, what we seeing together, and then we had this whole moment together, and then when the moment happened, and then afterwards, I'm like, did you just see what that woman just did? And if I just, and you had and you're like, I don't know, and it's a whole the language is there.
Yes, I think that was the thing, is like we had so many conversations without ever fucking speaking, but it was like subtle eye movements. It was just there was so many unspoken conversations that we had that it was just like I literally just had a whole storytelling with this person, and no words were ever spoken aloud to one another, and that's how I knew this connection was just fucking legit.
You're the friend I can't go. Don't take me to nobody's wedding, funeral, baby show,
No.
baby shower, baby show, baby reveal. Don't. We can't go. We can't go. Because if I look and then there was just recently, I think it was some folks who was getting ready to sing at a church, and the pastor fell off stage, and both of them had to turn away. And there was a moment where they almost caught each other's eye. And I was like, that right there, that's Troy, right? Like, don't look at me, because if you do, I cannot promise. I cannot promise that I'm going to act right.
No.
There's almost a really strong guarantee that I'm not.
For sure. So many times I had to tell myself, do not look at her. Do not. You know where she's sitting. Do not look up from this table. Look at your fucking paper. Play on your phone right now, but do not look at her.
And then I would text like, did you just like, I know you know what I'm about to tell you, but let me just make sure that I hear what you're saying, because let me tell you what just happened. I know you're in this room.
Yes. Please look at me.
Look. Oh, sweet mercy. Okay, so I just want to thank everybody for listening. This was just our brief little intro. We are going to have a lot of fun, and I hope that you join us all for these next few episodes with tea, and also there will be a coffee and tea mashup, so stay tuned. But thank you for coming and joining us, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a great one.